Welcome back. Hey, Chloe.
Hi, Chloe.
Oh, great. Nearly an hour of David Cageism.
Let's see what you'll do today.
Oh,
Sure.
thanks.
Detroit.
Uh.
Wait.
Yes?
Something unusual. I'm sorry.
Is this good writing in a David Cage game? This is unnatural. Must consider resetting.
Are you
Uh,
okay?
Does not compute.
that
Does not
blinking
compute.
button
The
there,
system
right,
shut
right,
down.
Don't worry, honey. Nobody knows what it means. Go ahead.
What do you think? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, please.
That blinking button, is that the reset button that you press?
No. That's the LED. It tells us that the Android is. It's kind of like the LEDs on a computer does. Usually, when your computer is doing something, the LED light blinks to indicate that the processor is doing something.
Okay, sure.
What do you think are more inefficient, the androids of Cyberlife or the replica bodies made by Vexen?
I'm gonna say the body. Okay. I'm gonna say the androids from Detroit are more inefficient. At least the replicas with Vexen provide, something of a service, even if it's a bit convoluted. At least they
Hello.
serve that purpose better.
That bulge.
Yeah, what
Oh,
is up with that?
it's one of the
Not to
strippers
me-
that's serving the Eden Club. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, but what's with the bulge?
Well, Java, they need to be equipped for the situation, I suppose.
Not to mention,
Uh-huh.
not to mention, too, it's about time my favorite Kingdom Hearts character gets some happy time for a change. So.
All thanks to robot replica bodies.
Yeah, well, that's what it takes. But anyway, back to this. Basically, yeah, there are also female Tracy's, aka male Tracy's, aka male sex androids.
Yeah, there was also one of the footage, a man actually looking at one of them too. So
You
yeah,
also
they seem to
you
be
also
versatile.
you also noticed, Wibbs, that the autosave icon on the top right corner is also the LED of the androids. So
I've got
In
a
his blue state.
Why did you name all your robots Tracy? I don't get that.
it's the code name, Jova. They have
Maybe I'll be Tracy. I'm already Tracy.
there's no particular specific reason, Jova. It's just the code name that the developers used when making them. I mean, kind of like how Sonic Colors originally was literally just called Sonic Wii as a code name by the developers.
Yeah, but to name both males and females Tracy, doesn't that mean that you're going to have more people scrambling to find
Java,
differentiate the two?
question. Oh, hold on. Actually, this is important.
No, but well, but here's the thing, Jova. In the actual Eden Club, the name of the androids never really comes into question anyway.
Okay, Java, have you ever been to an IKEA store?
Yes, and they're terrible.
All right, this is the chapter. I'm sure this is a chapter that I'm sure Jova's gonna have a blast. Let's
I'm
just
gonna
say.
pretend to have not heard that, and let's just move on with the chapter.
Find help. Check back.
The backyard.
So here's my question: how did we get here? I mean, okay.
Remember,
probably got it by car.
they managed to repair. They needed to repair to pass the night and then fix the car.
Yeah, the Jerry's helped us fix the car.
Hey,
It would be
I
nice
guess they
if
did it off screen.
yeah. Remember, Jova, there's a lot of off-screen stuff in this game. Dwibs' favorite.
Yeah, aren't you such a fan of that, Dwibs?
Yeah, silence is a valid option.
I'm looking for Rose. Is she here?
I don't know how you guys got separated because the story didn't bother to. But okay.
Okay.
Really need to see her. I'm Rose.
So what, is she supposed to be the Harriet Tubman of this?
Let's see.
Help us. Help you?
Well, okay, that changes everything. Let's talk.
And for some reason,
Bravo,
this dude
bravo.
isn't very happy.
That's the thing. She
I guess he realizes that it's a risky business.
very good, Jova. Good call. And to be fair, Shiroi, it is. Remember, Shiroi, it's getting to a point where the government is literally forbidding humans helping androids. So obviously, they're risking themselves by doing this. So
I
technically,
know, I'm just humoring the audience, the people who don't know.
Cold, Clara.
Okay then. So there's nothing else to do.
So here's
Okay.
my question: if the government are so gung ho about androids to the point where people aren't allowed to help them, what about the androids that have been abandoned, like the ones at the theme park? Are they technically still owned?
Well, people think that they're out of service and unfunctioning, which means they're no longer a threat. So
Okay, but regardless, whether or not they're functioning or whatnot, do they consider them now defunct, or are they still someone's property? Could somebody maybe pick them up and refurbish them if they wanted? I mean, it's pretty much the equivalent of somebody salvaging an old car when you get down to it.
you and your questions. Yeah. Moving on.
Oh no, she's sick! She got sick off screen.
You can put her to bed and I'll bring her something to eat. Adam, will you show them upstairs?
Okay.
Well, as
Alrighty then.
But first, let's read something.
never mind the privacy.
Sorry, Pedro, you're caged. Now you need to do what the game has told you. You're grounded otherwise.
Well, actually, no, I'm not grounded. Remember, I'm supposed to bring Alice upstairs. I'm not grounded, actually.
Well, that's what they said. You cannot read the magazine before that.
Oh, that. Well, true. But at the very least, I'm not literally forced to just stink around and do nothing, at least.
Wow, what an improvement! It's
Yeah.
not. That's the
That's the big improvement of this game compared to the previous one. There's no ground time in this one. So, yay. It only took you 4 games to get that right, didn't you, David?
something that's kind of
Does
the
it happen
norm
also
for
in Omicron?
No, Theo. Like I've explained before, I cannot stand playing that game for more than 15 minutes without going insane. So,
Well, okay, but I'm guessing you have seen like a playthrough of it or something.
no. To be honest, Theo, that game bores the hell out of me.
All right.
Not to mention, Theo, honestly, as the David Cage connoisseur that I am, I don't even consider that a real David Cage game. Like, Fahrenheit was technically the first David Cage game as far as I'm concerned.
Really, I've heard a lot of people say that.
That's the thing, Jova. Jova. It's an open world action game. That's not at all the stuff David Cage likes to make. Anyway, it can tell he was definitely not in creative freedom when making that game. But anyway, all right, Jova. Jova, undress Alice command. Do you trust David Cage enough for me to do this?
Damn, Faulty Towers is a really shitty hotel. You look at it; it's all grimy.
Did you really need to add a command to undress Alice?
Well, to be fair, I mean, we're not gonna have her. We're not gonna tuck her in.
I know. But
It's that, this is the same man who basically stalked Ellen Page during all the production of Beyond Two Souls.
And she was a young girl, mind you.
Exactly.
Oh, why do humans say this? Let's see. Scared, unhappy, complicated.
Wait, why is Alice asking about humans? She's a human herself, or doesn't she know that?
Well, remember.
She doesn't know the difference. She doesn't discriminate, Joe.
Well, yeah. Well, remember, Jova. Ever since she's been walking with androids for quite too long at this point, so she's used to referring to the other people as just humans. So I guess.
I'm sorry, but she's not that young. Like, she's old enough to know the difference.
Excuse me. Also, by the way, the spaghetti model is the same one that was in Todd's house, completely recycled 100%.
It really is.
David,
it's kind
this
of
is the
distracting.
PS4. This is a PS4 era for a AAA game where Sony is literally vomiting money on top of your studio.
Okay.
Get your shit together.
To be fair,
To be fair,
it's just
how different can you make Spag Bol?
Not just that, but to be fair,
You can make it look many different with different shades and whatnot.
To be fair, Tail, let me ask you a very important question, Tail. Again, putting my philosophy to the test. If you were emotionally invested in the characters and story, would you care?
Less, I guess, but I still have to recognize that.
True. Well,
yeah.
Because the fact that you're complaining about the spaghetti tells me that you're so completely not caring about anything. So I think that was
possible, but also because making fun of David Cage stuff is fun in itself.
True.
That too, yeah. honestly, even if the game were good, I'd have to point that out, but more as a joke rather than this serious critique. But yeah, considering how, like Theo said, he literally has a case where Sony are vomiting
So,
money onto him. Yeah,
Like,
that's kind of
mind you,
stupid.
mind you,
in
you
the
can you can even mask it if you prefer just to recycle the model.
So,
But
audience, in the next part of our LP, we're going to do a 5-hour long video as to why that exact same spaghetti is the reason Detroit become humans. So.
Yes, very good.
it's the entire cusp of.
No, I want Jova to listen to this.
This is my son Adam. I'm Rose.
Have you met his wife, Eve? Wow. Like,
Why
you
don't you
wouldn't
have a
expect
seat
the game
over
to
here?
do something like that.
Maybe in the next one.
So are you gonna tell me what a deviant's doing in the snow with a little girl?
Sincere.
Her father was beating her. When I saw what was happening, something snapped inside of me. All of a
It
sudden,
was love.
more important than mine. I had to protect her. So we ran away.
I understand.
Rose, listen here, Jova.
Alone.
My husband passed away 2 years ago. Adam and I, we've just been
Oh, never mind. It's in the next choice. Never mind.
the market. We'll never be rich, but there's always food on the table.
I don't know. It seems that you guys are doing fine.
Okay.
Gotta
The
put
other one
it
is
in
yeah. Here. Why are you helping us?
Humans hate androids.
My people were often made to feel their lives were worthless.
Oh, this is
David.
Oh, David, you're so disgusting.
Yes, David. Because I'm an African American, clearly this means that I will support your message just because you acknowledge that we were treated badly across the entire world. Because let's be quite honest, every country had a stake in the African slave trade.
I've got a question actually. How long was this game made after Detroit declared bankruptcy?
Jova?
Wait, what?
Wait. Detroit. Wait, you talk about the city of Detroit?
Yeah.
City of Detroit.
I'm not familiar with that, so I'll refrain from answering.
Actually, I don't know. Didn't knew that.
I have never heard of this before.
Or at the very least, Detroit was basically running on little to no money at all.
Alice needs to feel
I'm not familiar with that, so
Didn't Detroit already had a crisis with the automotive industry?
Yeah.
Oh god, that was like years ago.
The city of Detroit filed for Chapter 9 bankruptcy on July 18th, 2013.
But Jova, don't you see?
That was a while ago.
Oh boy, it's the cops, I think.
But don't you see, Jova? That's exactly it. You should be supportive that David is sticking it to all those
Sorry, Pedro, you
horrible.
still can't read the thing.
What? It's not like it matters to you, but
No,
Jova,
I know you were anxious to actually give it a go.
I know, right? Look. There's a way to establish the history of blacks and everything. You know what? You want to reference that? That's fine. But to use it as a ploy comparing it to androids when they are not really the same thing, clearly they're emulating them to be the same thing. The problem is that the way he's going about doing it, well, it makes even slavery look tame by comparison. I mean, I'm not going to say that slavery didn't have a lot of terrible things going on, especially inhumane stuff. It's slavery, for crying out loud. But again, what we've been seeing more so is stuff like the Holocaust rather than slavery.
no. Well, that's the thing, Jova. In this particular playthrough, I don't get the Holocaust parallel chapter, but it is one you can get. I'll explain more about it when we get
David
later.
has got his persecutions confused big time.
Yeah.
And let me put it like this, mixing your persecutions is one of the last things you want to do in this kind of story, because it just makes you come off as an insufferable know-it-all, but clueless
Or just
dick.
extremely ignorant.
And trust me, ignorance is not bliss when it comes to these subjects. Am I supposed to feel sad about something?
Yes, you're supposed to feel sad that this android died, and and the other android loved her.
Oh no, the android. What was the name again?
We don't know, Dribs. That's exactly the thing.
We have no idea who those two androids even are. So
I'm gonna
be sad.
I'm gonna call her
Rose.
Debbie.
You guys only say that because you're a piece of crap human beings. That's all. That's all. That's the only
Completely.
reason.
That's what I'm calling it. Dead Debbie. There.
Oh, hold on. Looks like Adam is angry.
You know what happened if the police find them here? We'll go to prison, Mom.
Just like the abolitionists of the day.
Adam, we've already talked about this.
No! I won't back down this time. You're gonna ruin
Okay, not for nothing, Adam, but maybe you could have done a different take. Like, I know the actor's supposed to come off as scared, but he just comes off as wimpy and with no sense of interjection. Maybe that's the mentality they're going for here, but it just makes the scene very awkward to watch.
Of course.
AKA
It's always about daddy issues.
AKA David Cage is terrible at directing actors.
I'm surprised she didn't do the sassy gesture.
I'm sorry. The way she had with her arms, though, that just looks silly.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I was supposed to get that
the bottle just almost clipped through. Is that impacted through the wall?
He's so angry he just clipped through him.
I thought he was gonna bump into the camera.
Hold on.
It's been hard since his dad passed away.
Ooh, that parent. Great.
Oh,
Yeah, it was mentioned before.
What's that?
Oh, we did? Okay.
Actually, it was. Remember, yeah, she said.
I'll go see about getting you across the border tonight.
There you go, Jova. She's gonna help us. There you go, Jova. She's gonna help us cross the border.
Something's gonna go wrong.
Well, obviously.
But Jova, what could possibly go wrong?
But it's okay, guys, because we're about to get one of the highlight moments of the game. Kind of.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
Finally, you can read, Pedro. Look, there you go.
Fine, I'll
Go
read
on.
the fucking magazine. World War III? Holy shit, World War III?
Also,
next
why are
Call
those
of
people wearing the
Duty.
time suits from Quantum Break?
Who would win it? The fighting...
Fighting does Breaker. Oh, sorry.
No, no,
Remember, supposedly there's a conflict between Russia
Treat yourself.
and
The
America in
AX400
the
starting at
Arctic.
just $899. There you go, see? The Kara's model costs $899. There you go. How that... If Todd was so full of debt, how the hell was he able to afford Kara?
Not to mention, David. I'm pretty sure this is unintentional, but if we wanted to make a joke similar to the overprice of the PS3, we could have got the exact same number.
I hope Rose gets back soon.
There's something I need to tell you.
What?
It's about Alice.
Not now.
What?
Want to know how to keep a plot point in suspense?
Exactly.
Well, let me guess. Alice
This is now the third time that conversation has been put on hold.
For no
Okay,
reason,
let me-
mind you. There is nothing to do right now.
Let me guess. Either Alice isn't... Oh, wait. I guess the game is grounding you now.
No, it's not, Jova. You'll see. Hold on.
I wonder if Alice is secretly an android or she's dying.
Yes, the plot was that Alice is dying of cancer.
She's a
now-
Ghibli character. Oh shit, the cops.
All right, guys.
And
So,
fuck the police.
all right, like I was saying, this is now one of the highlight moments of the game where we're going to get the traditional Quantic Dream cameo. Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, boy.
ladies and gentlemen, French voice actor extraordinaire.
Wait, you're already opening with all the evidence like that?
David Gasman. For those who forgot, David Gasman played Luca.
Protagonist.
Yeah, For those who forgot, David Gasman played Lucas, the protagonist of Indigo Prophecy. He was Paco in Heavy Rain. He was the police chief in Beyond Two Souls, and here he is again.
God, he looks so different than how he did during Indigo Prophecy.
Well, remember, Jova, in Indigo Prophecy, he was doing the mocap, but the actual model was changed to how David Cage actually wanted the character to look like. Remember that back then he didn't have that method that he started with Heavy Rain, where now, ever since he started going into the AAA thingy, he actually hires actors that look like the characters that he envisioned, and just has the model look exactly like the actor.
So he's got a suspicion level.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's basically, I think you were supposed to like hide something before making enter, but I forgot. If,
don't worry. As for your concern, Teo, don't worry, Teo. Fortunately, this policeman is a fucking dipshit who cannot tell evidence when he's right in front of his nose, as demonstrated also by Shiro's playthrough. So
really,
no, seriously. In Shiro's playthrough, she hid a piece of evidence right in front of the policeman, and the policeman didn't do anything. It's a good thing this guy's a fucking idiot. So
gotta wonder what it takes.
There you go. See, I'm hiding evidence right in front of him. See?
Yeah.
There you go. See? Yeah. It's a good thing this guy is.
The best place to hide it is in plain sight.
Exactly. It's like what the Joker says in
tax dollars at work.
It's like what the Joker says in Batman Arkham City. You know how you can keep a secret from the greatest detective in the world? You hide it under this big pointy nose. Oh shit.
There you go.
No, just us.
See, the big problem too is that the game didn't really make it clear. Like they should have had Kara say,
"Time to serve him more coffee. That will keep him distracted."
The Pedro had to reset.
Yeah. See, the problem, Teo. That's bullshit moment, Teo. You know why? Because I still argue that the game should have conveyed better that I was supposed to hide evidence, because the game didn't have any sort of hint towards that. Like it could have had Kara narrating something internally, saying, "I gotta hide the pieces of evidence," or something like that. The game didn't.
Again, this is one moment where the internal thoughts mechanic from Heavy Rain Beyond Two Souls actually would have helped.
Yeah. It doesn't even have to be like exactly like the mechanic in Heavy Rain, Teo. Just have someone have Luthor say, "Kara, hide the evidence while I hide Alice." There you go. See.
Yeah, Pedro's got a point. It's like, well, it feels like the only reason that they made this segment so easy was because they realized, oh crap, we didn't make it clear that the player needs to hide evidence from the cop, so we should make it easy so that won't get complaints.
Not just that, but okay, so you found an android outfit. Okay, the android actually is a giveaway. Never mind. You found a guy. Well, then actually no. Does Luthor still have his LED?
No, I don't think so.
I guess he took it off screen as well.
Remember, you answered to him saying that there's no one else outside of them, so he found someone.
Okay, then.
Again, I guess he took it off screen. Your favorite, Dwibs.
Wait. That counted as a piece of evidence? So I'm not. So basically.
Wait, how is that a piece of evidence?
So basically, if someone actually is looking at a page of a magazine that has an android in it, that counts as evidence that there's androids here? What kind of policeman are you?
That was Kara's model, actually.
I know.
She can change her face like that.
All the same, though, maybe just by coincidence, someone happens to share the same face as an android. I mean, heck, they must have based the faces off of androids.
I don't know.
This is turning into a sitcom now.
Working in the garden.
I don't know, Teo. I don't know, Teo. I think it's still a stretch because it could be just a coincidence. I don't think that's enough evidence.
God, you're terrible at this.
Gotta love his protection of his LED, but it looks like a bunch of triangles.
Wait, that's it? It was that easy?
Not even a bagel.
By the way, Teo, while we're at it, before he goes, why don't you, for those who may have not seen our Beyond Good and Evil playthrough, tell us also what, aside from Rayman, aside from being the original voice of Rayman, what did he also do?
Yeah, he's also a veteran for Ubisoft. He voiced the character Paige, a pig human, for Beyond Good and Evil, and for the sequel.
Bye, David. Looking forward to seeing you in the next David Cage game.
If there is one.
There is. Remember,
this game was very successful.
Remember, Dwibs, Quantic Dream made a deal with a Chinese company. They're going to become a multi-plat company.
Hey, Rose, we were just dealing with the police while you were out.
Gotta love how convenient this was. She left right before the cop arrived, and she arrived right after the cop leaves. You
almost have to wonder if she purposely was leaving us to stew.
All of the stars in the universe aligned perfectly for this sequence of events. It's amazing.
Well, yeah, I mean, the chart clearly shows this.
Well, the chart says.
Okay.
I can imagine them using a chart to pretty much figure out what it is people like about video games for this game to sell well. People like choice. Well, let's give them a lot of choices and nothing else. I mean, I won't deny. It is nice that there are choices. The problem, again, is the writing.
Well, we've already gone through this, Joe.
I'll just put it like this. I had more fun with Shadows as multiple storylines.
Speaking of Detroit,
No.
I found this playthrough of a game from some Japanese AI.
There you go. See, there you go. Violence is the only language humans understand. See, I told you, Jova. I told you. Carry on, Gibbs.
But Markus didn't do it. Wait. Hold on. Why is he accusing Markus of violence, though? He didn't do anything violent, unless I guess we count the knocking out of humans, but he didn't kill anyone.
Anyway, as I was saying, yeah.
Oh, that's all.
I saw this. I saw this LP of this game from some Japanese AI Let's Player.
Yeah, I know. Those are a thing.
Yeah. There's those ones that don't want to see your face, so they look like a Japanese schoolgirl for some reason. And it's kind of funny listening to. I think there was one point in the chapter where she basically. Managed to debunk the whole shitty humans thing in one sentence. Like, in the chapter she mentioned, if the humans are so upset about androids taking their jobs, and yet they constantly ask androids to do all their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even I pointed that out in the first place.
Yes, David Cage was outfought by a freaking 16-year-old AI.
The snowy chapter.
Anyway, Jova, it's time for Jericho to expand their ranks.
Dubs, that's not at all impressive. As I've already, I know enough of David Cage to know that that's perfectly plausible to happen.
Ooh,
but anyway, why would a magazine be in here?
It seems to be expensive, so why would you waste it?
I mean, I think that
Who's
any
this
magazine...
mysterious handsome person?
Oh god! Following the pirate broadcast.
All right, so
everybody wants to know who is this android? Gee, I wonder who it could be.
When did Shatner get here?
Okay, so to recap, basically, what she was talking about the violence, Jova, is that despite Markus dealing with a peaceful speech at the TV station, the humans, being evil and utterly garbage as they are,
judgmental pieces of shit.
They immediately took that as a terrorist attack. So obviously now they're out for blood, and blue blood, I mean. So,
oh no! I better warn blue blood from SSMB then.
Exactly. So basically. However, Markus continues to go. My Markus, because remember, you get to choose what kind of revolution Markus leads. My Markus, on the other hand, refuses to punish violence with more violence. So I will continue my peaceful protest.
Okay, so the Martin Luther King Jr. route as opposed to the Malcolm X route.
Not even just out of my personal choices. Like it doesn't really feel like. That's the kind of character Markus would be considering his interactions with Carl, really.
If you haven't seen this game before, but you think this is familiar, that's because this was one of the segments presented in one of the showcase of the games. I forgot if it was at E3.
E3 2016.
2016. There you go.
God, that long ago.
I commend the Quantic Dream and Sony for managing to choose one of the less scripted chapters, because we could have easily chose, for example, the one where Markus gets out of robot hell, for example. But this one has a fair amount of outcomes.
Hold on, Teo.
Hard work for free time.
Hold on, Teo. Hold on.
That's what we are to them. There's merchandise on display in a shop window.
See? I told you humans were evil. See?
Okay, now can you get any more black and white with your mentalities? Like, for instance, that's how you were created. Like, okay.
Alright, and now you have a time limit because Sonic Adventure 2 did it, I guess.
No. Well, to be fair to it, it does make sense. I mean, we can't just stay here.
Really?
Well, remember, Joe. If we stay here too much, we'll be detected. Because remember, humans are evil and they want to hunt down androids. But anyway, the point is,
shouldn't they be automatically detected then?
Let's see. Where's the alarm system?
Okay, so the basic gist of it is. Also, stop asking questions, Joe. I've already told you that. But anyway,
and I will continue to be defiant.
Oh, so you've become a deviant.
No. I'm not a goddamn robot.
Sorry, Jova, the correct term is piece of plastic.
Okay, so the basic point is this. We have to enter here and free the androids there. However, obviously, if we don't do this cleverly, we'll trigger the alarm system, which will alert the cops, all that good stuff. So obviously we have to do this carefully and methodically.
Oh my god, this really is that secret level from Adventure 2.
Actually, not secret level, Joe. I was referring to Prison Island with Rouge.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. Secret.
Rouge, the countdown is set for 15 minutes. Make it 5, because fuck you.
But everything from that point onward is just garbage.
Well, okay, to be fair, if I remember correctly, wasn't that one of the many mistranslations?
I don't know, actually.
I doubt it, because it was also used in Sonic X later.
Remember how Sonic Adventure has that infamous mistranslation of "Hey, where are you going?" Even though he was supposed to say "What are you doing?" You know, Knuckles to Amy. So I've always assumed it was just another mistranslation, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Nah, because it does make sense slightly in the context. It's just, man, maybe we should have given us a warning beforehand.
Also, Virgo,
so
more people to brainwash.
So basically, he's turned into the Borg.
Yeah,
pretty much.
But don't you see, they're the good guys.
Resistance is futile.
To commemorate the invention of androids, which released humanity from the bonds of labor, setting man free to pursue high goals and scale the heights of learning, love, and leisure.
But you see, we didn't because we are so evil.
That sounded a bit foreboding and not in a good way.
Yeah, and why do I get the feeling that the whole "we want to be equal" is just we're gonna conquer all humanity?
Well, you can choose to.
North wants.
That's what North wants to do. But however, remember, you're the leader of the revolution, so you can choose to either. Well, I'm guessing that's what you would do probably. If you were playing this game, you would choose to go to war with the humans probably. But I'm trying to do.
And then I do the realistic ending where everyone died.
You can do that. You can do that if you want.
Androids are powerful, but humans are more aggressive. So they end up destroying each other, and we're all dead.
However, I've decided to go for peaceful protests. So let's go with that.
The reason I bring up though is that the way Markus said that line though felt like he wanted to do the whole conquering thing. It's like, hey David, you're starting to let something.
Seriously, he was about to do the into the Spider-Verse move. Hey.
Go to Jericho.
There you go, Bleeps. Sorry, there you go, Joe. More people to brainwash.
All right, so we found the alarm network. So let's destroy it. Kind of.
Let's break it.
No, all we have to do is hack it.
By touching it, of course.
Remember, Jova.
It's high voltage.
Remember, Jova. Markus is Android Jesus, apparently, and he can always alter machines in any way he wants somehow because...
Wait, truck?
But, there's a truck coming, basically, so we have to hide. There you go. Well, remember, Dwez, we haven't closed the road. Not to mention there's a security droid. Yeah, there's that as well, yeah. So yeah, obviously we have to take care of that security droid. So.
Oh.
All right,
She's still gonna fall head over heels for him.
Well, Jove, it wouldn't be a David Cage game without a forced, unnecessary romance, now, wouldn't it?
Let's see. Person who used to hate a person, but later goes on to love him. Are you sure you don't watch anime, David Cage?
I literally saw that on the Disney Channel, David. Like, so...
Too high.
Okay, so...
Maybe the statue?
Nope, doesn't work.
Be too far.
Why don't you just wait for the drone to go away?
Actually, no.
It goes on a circle. It's on a patrol, Jova.
Here's my question.
I forgot, Jova. Did you play Horizon Zero Dawn?
Nope.
Nope, too far.
Yes.
Oh.
So basically, it's similar to that. Markus is perceiving the routinely route of a drone.
Oh no!
And he needs to find a better point.
I get that.
There
My
we go.
question is like, well, where? Here's my question: where was the drone when they were first here? Like, well, the drone wasn't circling around the first time they were by those buildings, but now it is going to loop around endlessly. Did it detect them in there, or are they just being random?
Because, Jova. Because. Okay, so we know.
It's time to go high.
Let's try through here, see if this works.
Also, you're telling me that in a place as heavily populated as Detroit that no other people are walking around here?
Maybe Detroit.
Well, to be fair, Jova, it's very late in the night, so
Detroit is one of those kinds of cities that's often always bustling, though.
Is it? Also, it's not like New York, though, is it?
Well, let me put it like this: there's a lot of stuff going on at night in Detroit. Like,
have you been to Detroit?
No, but I know about the mannerisms there, and I do have family who live there or have gone there. What I'm saying is, like, in a city this big, in an area this large, doesn't it strike you as weird that there's no other humans here, especially if they're so paranoid about the robots? In fact, now that I think about it,
there we go.
Don't you think that they would have like androids on lockdown if humans were so terrible to androids and suspect them because
now the police are going to notice that a drone's broken.
We just addressed that because North just said, I hope you didn't have any time to call the cops. There you go, Joe, but there's a car of humans just passed.
I mean, even if it didn't call the cops, I'm pretty sure they'll notice that, oh, wait, one of our droids is broken. We better go investigate.
Get your logic out of here. But anyway.
Logic is for boring people.
The cops in this game are stupid.
Again, I'm surprised that they
didn't. Well, they're human beings, right?
I'm surprised they didn't make David Gasman eat a donut.
Useless meat sacks.
Well, but we already had the donut, so we met Hank at the police station.
True that.
Alright, time to subject. I mean, 3 more androids.
It's totally
time
for
to
the greater
brainwash.
Guys, it's totally for the greater
good. They're free. Now go to Jericho like I told you.
Seriously, did no one proofread this or something? Like, say,
David Cage proofreading his scripts. You're a funny guy, Teo. You're a funny guy.
David, don't you think we should at least put 1 or 2 androids that just decide to do what they want instead of, look like they're brainwashed?
Teo, you realize the implications of asking David Cage to think like a normal human being, right?
Again, Chloe and Connor are the only ones that seem to do this.
I know, right? Like, I mean...
Chloe isn't even in the game, technically.
That's the thing, Shiroi. Like I've said before, I'm absolutely convinced that it was the other 2 writers. One of them wrote Chloe, the other one wrote the Connor-Hank subplot.
Are you telling me
they're the only ones that actually go through any sort of existentialism over this?
Are you telling me that David wrote basically 2/3 of the story, then? Because it definitely does feel like that.
I refuse to, like I've said before, Joe, I refuse to believe he wrote the Connor-Hank storyline. I refuse to, because there's no way he's good enough to come up with something like this. No fucking way. I'm not saying that Connor and Hank's storyline is anything like amazing or anything like that. Not really. But it's still way above his skill level. Way above.
It is. Well, again. If David Cage really did want to make movies, and if he really got into the movie-making business, his movies would be laughed, and I mean laughed out of the theater.
Question.
Because let's be honest, the standards of movies compared to the standards of video games are quite different.
Question, Teo, have you seen Uwe Boll's Rampage?
Actually, no. Wait, was that made by Uwe Boll?
No, it's talking about a different...
Yeah, it's a different movie than the one you're thinking right now. It's a 2009 film. Or 2010, actually, sorry.
The only Uwe Boll movies that I've seen are Alone in the Dark, House of the Dead, Blood Rain, and I think The Name of the King, but I
From what I've heard, that's one of his better movies.
It is, basically, the basic gist of it is that it's abundantly clear that the actors were and improvised most, if not all, of their lines, because if you watch that movie, knowing what you know about Uwe Boll, there's no way he wrote that. No way. But again, kind of like with the visit. I'm still convinced most of the dialogue in the visit was improvised rather than written by Shyamalan. But again, let's move on.
Okay, inform me. Does Uwe Ball often write his films? I know that he directs most of his.
I think he wrote that one.
Yeah, he writes and directs most of his movies, Joe.
I know about the directing, but I was never really aware of his writing.
All right, Joe, it's time to do the best Star Trek tactic, ramming into things.
Automatic driving, my favorite.
This is for you, Germany, and all your glorious driving truck simulators.
Wasn't that more so Troyan, Star Trek Generations, and Nemesis?
Also Voyager.
All right, so
Janeway loves to ram into things.
All right, for those who missed it, we closed the roads, so no one should bother us now.
And with the alarm system gone, it should be fine.
All right, let's go.
Pedal to the metal.
Way to be discreet.
Boom, shakalaka.
Wouldn't it be funny if they just accidentally crashed into one of the androids and damaged them?
Slow-mo.
There we go.
Also, what is up with some of these android outfits? Some of them just look downright silly.
Some of them actually looks a bit like Star Trek uniforms.
Awake the androids.
Guys, do you remember when Gene Roddenberry was so optimistic but thought that our future would have been so happy? Good times.
Well, then again, by Series 1 of Star Trek Next Generation, that optimism turned into outright pomposity.
Yeah, they had to tone that shit down.
You're free, except I'm controlling you.
Well, actually, Shiroi, to be fair, in these particular androids we're freeing right now, these are actually going to get a choice. But only these ones, for some reason.
So why couldn't the others get a choice?
Another Markus model.
There you go.
But as you can see, North is looking at something.
Well, actually, no, remember, Theo, this is my blind playthrough, I missed it.
Oh, so you didn't notice that. Basically, North was looking at the fact that there was another model like her, and she had not really pleasant memories.
Alright, there you go, Joe. Hold on, Dibs.
Time for the speech.
The speech.
Alright, Markus, convince us.
Speech.
Hmm?
Oh, fudge you. Fudge you. Okay. I'm sorry. Didn't you have a good relationship with your
Carl was really treating him really
well.
Yeah,
that's incredibly contradicting to what we saw.
Wow.
Way to piss on your own story, David.
What was even the point of that earlier relationship then?
I've come to tell you that you don't have to obey them anymore. From this day forward, you can walk with your heads held high. You can take your destiny in your hands.
Okay, I get it. Him obeying his old master, as kind as he was, just led to him... No, you can't even blame it on that.
Only one. So either you're with us or you have to find out for yourselves. There you go.
These
ones actually get a choice.
Yeah, sure. Either be on the lam and probably be
great.
suspected. But here's the thing, though. Either way, they'll probably be suspected of being in cahoots with Jericho, so it's not like they really have much of a choice.
I'm Spartacus.
Wow, they're all automatically with him.
That's not creepy at all.
I found what Pedro was on about. There wasn't even a script for Rampage.
Oh my god, the music
all there was was just a 10-page treatment that Uwe Boll wrote.
Exactly.
The dialogue was ad-libbed and improvised.
It's time to protest in the middle of the night.
And believe it or not, Dwebs, it worked in the movie's favor.
So it did it better than Iron Man 2. Apparently.
Alright, transform.
It really goes to show that the music leading
again, as Pedro also mentioned, you can do things pacifist or violent.
Basically, Jova, now it's time to send a message to the humans. So we can either destroy things or we can hijack them in a more peaceful protest. So we're gonna once again put our message from the previous chapter on repeat. There you go.
I wonder if you can do both at the same time.
You can, but there's a meter, Jova. There we go. See. Every time you do something, the pacifist meter and the violent meter will either increase and decrease at the same time, depending on what you did. So there's no way to be both at the same time, because doing something pacifist will decrease the violent meter as well. So obviously you can't.
You're doing this. The other androids are just walking around aimlessly.
No, actually, no. The other androids are helping me. They're also doing their own stuff. To be fair.
So what? Will they break stuff, or will they just do the same thing you do?
No, they'll do the same thing I do. Basically, if you start doing pacifist things, they'll do pacifist things as well.
Huh. Interesting.
So they still don't have a choice.
Oh my god, yeah, that is a point. I mean, like, well, it's just conformity.
No, but Shiroi, Shiroi, it's understood. Androids don't need to talk about their choices because all androids are incredible and they know all agree on everything because they're perfect and devoid of flaws.
Choices don't matter.
Marcus, telling someone to do and they really feel like they have no choice to do, isn't that like you have your own army of slaves?
Okay, what are you doing, Pedro?
I'm just fumbling around, just
playing around in the snow.
I'm checking things out here. Remember, this is my blind playthrough.
I was curious.
Yes, show them what to do. Wander around aimlessly.
He's trying to organize a protest, but he's taking a leisurely stroll.
To be fair, that's just me shitting on the game, not the game's fault.
I know.
All right. I guess I'll do something. There you go.
There
you go. I got a perfect 50-50 right now.
Shame you can't end the.
There you go. There you go. See that android also hijacked the bus stop thingy. I can't do anything here. But basically, that's the thing to remember. Since it's my playthrough, I don't know what the exact hotspots are, so I'm looking around and seeing what can be done.
No, that's the thing. You were in front of a statue and did nothing. Like, there was even the prompt.
There you go.
Does that count as destroying?
Oops, yeah, that's definitely violent.
Yeah, it counted as a
not for nothing, Pedro, but you turning him into the most bipolar you turning this into the most bipolar rebellion ever.
Don't worry, Dwebs. The game gives me more than enough time to make up for it.
Yeah, it's like I will bring peace to the world.
And then I will destroy it.
Silly Dwebs. Robots don't use guns. Only filthy, disgusting humans use guns.
What about that android in there? Are we gonna free them too?
What, you're gonna climb it up like your Planet of the Apes now or something?
Sure, why not?
Alright, let's go.
Hey, Dwebs and Theo, don't you think Jackson Peters would be so proud of this scene?
Yeah, I think he
So Marcus.
It'd be better than the Fobbit.
The Fobbit.
So Marcus again, are you
choose the symbol?
Fist. I'm with Linkara. There's something so awesome and iconic about a fist when it comes to a symbol as a revolution.
The world by no violence, and you have an icon of a fucking fist.
Dwebs, it's about symbology. It means that we're determined and we will fight for our rights. It's not.
Also communism.
That'd be like if an organization devoted to the making of fine wine had like an icon of water.
Well, what's wrong with just a thumbs up or something?
Sorry, Shiri. So somebody will find a way to say that the thumbs up is somehow tied to racism.
Again, Marcus, you're gonna free all those other.
Yeah, apparently that symbol was very violent.
All right, let me see. What else?
Sorry, Pedro. I'm afraid that the game is working against you.
But I prefer that symbol.
Apparently that symbol was. Oh yeah, sure, I get it too. But apparently the game considers it violent.
All right, fine. Let me see. What else can I do?
Hey! Look, don't get me wrong. I'm with you on there. You should be able to pick whatever symbol. I mean, it's not like you put a swastika or something. Again, Marcus.
Basically, the feast like that is more obviously associated with communism, and therefore the Revolution of October.
Yeah. I'm gonna admit, I kind of expected that they would consider that an act of violence with the fist too, since you see that associated with violence. Again, Marcus, are you not gonna free those vending robots there?
I think, therefore, I am.
Like, there's literally robots in there, but he's not freeing them too. Hypocrisy much?
Oh, there you go. You can do that from behind the... Oh, there you go.
Okay, never mind. I guess you can do that. Wait,
Yeah,
they just
Northie
walk
likes...
out with...
Yeah,
Wait.
they're still definitely violent.
Basically, in order to do a pacifist protest, you have to play really, really fucking nice and just not break anything.
Also, you may notice a bit of a nice touch. The music actually changes depending on the behavior that you want to adopt. So
right,
that's nice, I guess.
Let me see what else. I actually forgot.
Markus, what are we supposed to be doing?
All right, I actually forgot what I was. I do remember that
I think you break the window. Oh, tag.
You're being quite violent.
Let's go Jet Set Radio on
I
this.
think, therefore, I am. Oh.
I wish Hideki Naganuma was here.
Understand the concept of androids.
Oh my god, he put on digital!
You know you can do this in infamous second song, right?
Yeah.
The music is very dramatic.
Again, it's reflecting the fact that you're more violent right now.
Yeah, the music changes depending on what kind of revolution you're making. Smoke bomb.
So you can put on digital graffiti in this future, I see. Wouldn't that mean somebody just has
Because
to
apparently Jericho has those right now. No, seriously, when did Markus got a smoke bomb?
There you go, pacifist.
Yeah.
I'm back on pacifist.
Wait, how does throwing a smoke bomb equals a pacifist?
Well, a smoke bomb doesn't hurt anybody. It's just smoke.
But it generates chaos, confusion.
Well, but aren't there specific smoke bombs that are made with specific materials that are harmless? I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing, isn't it?
Let me put it like this: if you use almost
Pedro,
any smoke bomb,
smoke bombs are usually used by the police. Are used to create a diversion.
Well, usually, I know, usually, but what if it's a special smoke bomb made for pacifist purposes? That's what I'm saying.
I doubt they're using those in this instance.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. David Cage still counts as pacifist, so it works for me. Moving on.
Where are you going?
Deniability, I call that.
Basically, Jova, they can't stay here too long because obviously the police is going to be alerted to this, so we need to go. Yeah.
More drones.
However, there's one more...
show them your face. Yes.
I'm busted.
However, there's one more choice. A gunshot. Let's see what it is.
Gunshot. I've been gunshot. R2D2, where are you?
Where are you?
So over 10% compared to the violent thingy. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Invisible wall.
Wrong road.
Maybe gathering a huge group of them like this without an escape plan wasn't that good an idea, Markus.
You know, David, instead of having the fake walls like that, you could have like a joke ending, like in Nier Automata, where said, and Markus decided to flee just because.
They slaughtered them like animals. I hate them.
Exactly, Web. See how evil humans are? I've been telling you this, but you just won't believe me.
I mean, to be fair, some of them were acting violent, so for all they knew...
Oh no, the tension is rising. I wonder what the choice will be.
Okay. Here's a major problem I have.
On the corpse distribute perfectly at the sides of a road.
Okay, here's a major problem I have with androids compared to humans. Androids can be fixed. Humans were killed couldn't be.
Justice.
So there you go. These were the ones who killed the androids. So now you have to choose, Jova. Do you kill in retribution, or do you spare them?
Spare, because you can rebuild androids.
Maybe you can bust up her knees.
No,
so you're taking the Dwibs route?
No.
Well, no. Just saying. just. Oh, don't decide.
Spare, actually.
No, but I forgot there was the option of not decide.
You give the choice to another android, basically.
And I guess depending on your type of protest, they decide what to do.
Very good. I agree with Markus. We will not punish a crime with another crime.
and again, I cannot stress enough, guys, but androids be fixed. So
Nobody returns like that. He's like, no, why is he doing this?
Hold on. Let's see what the news anchors have to say.
Different locations were hit in what seems to be a coordinated terrorist attack.
Most shop windows were covered with graffiti demanding rights for androids and other obscure slogans.
Police report
Obscure slogans?
And there you go. Public opinion is now supportive because I did a peaceful protest.
So people support the fact that you raided their...
Also, the frame rate is dropping, guys.
So let me get this straight. You raid stores and public... Whoa.
Have androids become a threat to our security? Is this the beginning of a terrorist campaign conducted right here in the United States?
Did we not just ask this the first time we had this news report?
I forgot if we mentioned already, probably, but these news reports look very Frank Miller-ish.
Yeah.
Right. But seriously, I'm sorry. I'm not getting the logic here. So the robots raid the stores, and that raises people's opinion of them.
No, it's because it's because we refuse to harm anyone.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Jova, the pacifism was on a higher percentage, and you spared the androids.
Well, remember, Jova.
You spared the humans.
Well, remember, Jova. The policemen arrived on the scene, and the first thing they did is start killing androids. And the androids decided to just leave them be. So obviously, the people watching, the people who are going to be reading the newspapers are going to. So let me get this straight: the humans are evil pieces of shit.
What if we become
and kill the androids, whereas the androids, despite having full right of taking revenge, still choose the high road. Okay, yes. I'm starting to think that this is not real. That's what I'm thinking. David Cage is going for.
Yeah, here's my problem. That's kind of a gross oversimplification of the procedure.
Well, yeah,
was actually taken during the civil rights era.
Well, Jova, what can I tell you? You have to realize, Jova, that you are scum. You're human scum.
You are inherently shit. It doesn't matter whether you've done anything wrong or not. You are just terrible.
Yeah.
There's no redeeming you or me or anyone else in this call. We are all garbage.
I just have one question. If we're all garbage, then wouldn't that mean that the human who created this game's opinion is also garbage? And
yes,
we shouldn't even take it into consideration?
That's exactly what it is.
I'm pretty sure David didn't follow this, bro.
Nah.
That would require David to think too. So we can.
But Pedro, he thinks therefore he is.
I think therefore I am David.
Does he think though? Does he? Really?
Sure. The plot twist is that David is an android. That's the plot twist.
But anyway, we're going to see you for the next part, I guess.
See ya, everybody.
See ya.